Okay, so I've done one of these before. I've done one of these kind of lives, and I've done one of these kind of podcasts. This is basically just a random ass podcast, or just a trying to chill in with Jaximus kind of thing. It's basically the Drive podcast with Jaximus on Jaximus Live, or Jaximus, Live. Just called the Dark Podcast is what it's called. And basically all you do is hear my voice. You can see me every once in a while when I go through a traffic light or when I go through a stoplight. But the thing is I have something on my mind. And it's just called the Drive Podcast. Basically what I do it is I do it so you can barely hear me. Well, I hope you can hear me. But basically what it is that it records my thoughts, because I'm in a van by myself and I'm basically driving home from Brainerd with nobody in the van. I'm going to be going down to the airport with nobody in the van, so I'm probably going to do a long podcast. I'm probably going to do a two-parter. I'm going to do a one-parter, and then I'm going to do a two-parter. This is basically just a drive podcast, is what it is, when I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking out loud. I hope you guys can hear me. There's a lot of things in my mind with life. Life throws you a lot of curveballs. Life throws you a lot of things. You don't know what you do in life, or you don't know what you got in life until it's gone. Sometimes you sit here and you think to yourself, damn, what could I have ever done with my life to make it better? What could I do differently, for my next 20 years? Sometimes you just sit here and you wonder to yourself and you go, damn. You look back on all the things that have ever happened in your life and you wonder, did you do these things because somebody was telling you to do it? Did you do it because you wanted to be better? Or did you do it because a combination of both? Sometimes when I look back on all the things that have ever happened in my life, like when I got my knee messed up, or when I hyperextended my right knee playing football, or hurt myself, or did some things in life that I wasn't happy about, I look back on all the things that have ever happened and I was like, shit, if I never played football, if I never did the things that I did, I would never have been in that situation. I would have never learned anything about it. You never would have been who you were. And maybe if you learned a lot of things like this, now you can go and you can teach other people how to get over it, or how to do something. Sometimes life isn't just given to you because people just spend money on you and make you feel better about yourself. Sometimes you literally take what you learn in life. I mean, life is something that goes along with you when you're started in day one. I mean, when you're a baby and you got all these things going on in your mind, and you got all these things going on in your head, you're like, damn, who do I listen to? I mean, do I listen to my parents, or do I listen to teachers? But when you're a kid growing up, now in my Jacksonville documentary, I talked about being from a small town. I talked about being from a small town, from being from a place called Lemoore, North Dakota. Growing up and listening to what my parents had to say, listening to what my dad had to say. Yeah, my dad paddled my ass every time I did something wrong, but maybe he was disciplining me, or maybe he was just trying to turn me out to be a man. You never know these damn things. You never understand it. But life is one of those things that you think about every day. You live it. You dream it. You want something to be perfect. Yeah. You want something to be perfect. You want something to be great. You want something to happen to you so bad that you can feel it. You know, when you're 18 years of age, you can either go out and buy your first pack of cigarettes, you can buy porn, or you can buy lottery tickets. What did I do when I was 18? I bought all three. And what got me anywhere? Nothing. Yeah, I liked porn because it never talked back, but it was beautiful to look at. Cigarettes got me sick. Yeah, cigarettes got me sick. So I never liked smoking. And playing the lottery, it gave me hope. It made me feel like I had a chance. It made me feel like I was something. Yeah. It made me feel like I belonged. Like I believed in myself. It made me feel like I mattered. You know? That's what it did. It made me feel like I mattered. That's what the lottery made me feel like, because the lottery made me feel like I mattered. The lottery made me feel like if I won that, if I win the lottery, I can become something. Somebody will actually love me. Women will actually think that I have money. Women will actually date me. Women will be cool about me. You know? They won't care what I look like. They won't care who I am. As long as I have money, women love me. But that's another thing in life that people don't worry about. People don't realize to themselves that you could have all this money, but if you don't have anybody to share it with, you're just a loner. So I watch a lot of TV shows, and I just got done watching 2.5 Men. And there are times when you watch that show that you wish that you were like Charlie. You had all this money, and you lived in Malibu and had a beach house, and you were banging all these girls, and they were loving you, and then you were sending them packing. But then you go further and further down the road, and Charlie was an asshole. Charlie was a bad guy. Because Charlie was just using these women as sex objects. But then he did find a couple of women that he actually thought that were the ones. He thought that, you know, they would make him feel better about himself. You know? That would make him feel good about himself. Make him feel like he mattered. And he was like, yeah, I feel good about this one. I want to marry this one. And then he goes and marries this girl, and she turns out to be a girl who is very jealous and doesn't want him to see anybody else. And she puts him down in a hole. Yeah, she puts him down in a hole and takes him away from reality. And everybody thinks that he's dead. Everybody thinks that Charlie's dead. But he's actually living in a basement. And then you meet this, and then you think he's dead. And then Alan is living all by himself, wondering where his brother is, trying to figure out what's going on with his brother. Hey, what's going on, Brendan? He's trying to figure out what's going on with his brother. And then this guy, Walden Schmidt, shows up. And he's going through a lot of shit because his girlfriend, or his wife, just left him, and he became a $1.5 billion person. He had $1.5 billion. So he has all this money. But he's not happy. No. He's depressed. He's down. He has nothing to look forward to. You know? He's a loner, you know? He's a loner, he's a loner, he's a stoner, and he's a guy who just, you know, doesn't want to live life. But then he realizes to himself that, hey, I could buy this beach house, and become, this rich guy named Charlie, or this rich guy named Walden, who has all this money, and people will like me, and people will think I'm great, and people will think I'm cool, and everything else, when they don't actually know anything about him. They don't know who he is. They have no idea who Walden Schmidt is. He's just another name billionaire. And he's trying to make a name for himself. And, but see, the thing is, the lesson learned here from the show is, even if you have money, you could be the happiest person in the world. But if you never told your friends, or you never told anybody about winning any of the money, you just go around and spend money, and then they'll look at you like, dude, is there something you're not trying to tell us? And, but you'll still feel like you don't matter, like you don't exist, And 90% of the time, that's how I feel sometimes. I have all these friends. I have all these people who follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, and follow me all over the place. They get to know me, and they look at me, and they think, dude, you're just a badass when I'm sitting around you, but when I'm not near you, I'm going to talk about you behind your back. I'm going to say things about you that's going to hurt you, because you're just like everybody else. You're a dreamer. You have a lot of dreams. You have a lot of visions. You have a lot of two-stepping organizations that are just coming after you because they have nothing better to do to you. And all I want to do is live my life. Yeah, a lot's changed. But the thing is I'm still the same Jack that I'm always going to be. I'm just Jackson Claus now. At least that's what I want to be in the state of Minnesota. I want to be me. I want to live my life and enjoy it. And if I did win the lottery, I don't even know what the hell I would do. I'd probably just start investing money in things. Maybe get some small properties, have houses all over the United States that I can just live in if I wanted to. Or I'd probably just stay here in Minnesota. Because I like Minnesota. I love Minnesota. I used to hate Minnesota, dude. I used to hate it every day. Because it couldn't make up its mind whether it wanted to be cold or whether it wanted to be snowy or whether it wanted to be icy or rainy. But it's 58 degrees outside, bro. And it's thunderstorming. And this is what I live for. I live for rain. I love it when it's raining outside. Because nobody can see the tears when you're crying. Nobody can tell that there's something wrong with you when you're sitting out in a thunderstorm. Besides, you can sit back every day and look back at everything that's happened in your life and blame things for other things or blame people for what happened, and no one's ever going to give a shit because everybody wants to know the real you. Everybody wants to know why you are the way you are. Yeah, things happen to me. A lot of fucked up things happen to me, but you want to know something? I dug myself up out of the ground and I fucking made it work. I care about people. I want people to have a successful life, more successful than me. Because I don't think I'm happy unless the world is happy. I'm not God. And nor do I ever want to be a god. But I'll tell you right now, I live my life every day like it's my last day on this earth. Because the thing is that, one, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, just as long as you want to be my friend. I mean, people can talk shit about me all they want. People can sit there and bring me down to their level and make me feel like I don't matter. Everybody tells me, Jack, you got issues and you need some help. But the thing is, I don't need any help. I just need to figure out what's going on. Holy shitballs. It's getting a little windy out here, man. Hold on, guys. It's getting a little windy out here. We got trees blowing across the road. Oh, holy shit. We in the middle of a tornado? Can't tell. All of a sudden the wind just picked up. Yeah. I decided to turn this podcast on because I just wanted to have something on. I didn't think I was going to be turning it into a windstorm. Wolfda. I love it when that happens. Yeah, sometimes when the rain comes down so fast on the road you can't see what's going on. Oh. Everybody slowed down just a second ago here. I don't know what's going on, but it's got really, really windy out all of a sudden. Rain come down like crazy, man. Are you blocking me, dude, or are you like gonna get out of my way? Yeah, this person's blocking me, dude. Blocking me for a reason or what, dude? I'm just gonna go because I'm just gonna get down the road here. I don't know why this person like started taking up both lanes. Yeah, the person in front of me started taking up both lanes. Like he was driving on both lanes. Yeah. But like, so I did things in life, you know, that I'm not proud of. And, you know, things happened to me in life that I wasn't proud of. But you want to know something? I learned from it. I learned from my mistakes. I learned not to do them again. I mean, everybody's done things that they're not happy about. Everybody's lived their lives. We just kept on going. That's all we ever do. Is we just keep on going. You know, everybody bases their life off of the Rocky saying, you know, it's not how hard you hit, it's how you take a hit and keep going, you know. Everybody says that line, you know. And it's a great quote. Yeah, it's a great quote. It's a very good quote. But the thing is, and it's also the truth, man. It's also the truth. You know, but the way that you make your life better is you go out and you work for you. Yes, you work for you. Yeah, you go out and work for you. You gotta live your life for who you are, not for what somebody else wants you to do. Yeah, live your life for you, not for somebody else. Because you have to live your life for you. You have to save your money for you until you get married or until you find that right woman that's in your life. Yeah, you have to just do what, you know, you have to do for you. That's what you have to do. You have to live your life for you. Yes. You have to live your life for you. That's what you do. You live your life for you. You go out and spend your dollar. That's what you do. You go out and spend your dollar, not spend anybody else's. I mean, you make money, but, you know, you make money, but then you save your money. Save your money for a rainy day. Save your money for a time when you need it most. Yeah. Save your money when you need it for you. Spend your money on only you. You know? If you want to help somebody else, that's your choice. If you you want to win the lottery and tell your friends about it, then tell them. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't tell anybody that you won the lottery. I would keep it all under wraps for yourself. Because you're the only one that's in control of your destiny. You know, God does things too, but, you know, there's a lot of things that you have to do, and that's take care of yourself. Just make yourself better. That's what you got to do. Take care of yourself. Yeah. If you take care of yourself, then you're better off. That's what I gotta say about it. I mean, because living your life is who you are. And being happy is being happy. It's being yourself. I was gonna say, you know, yeah, because being yourself is being yourself. That's what you need to do. You need to live your life and be yourself. You can't sit there and let somebody else take your time and your effort and run it up the flagpole. Because they don't control your life. You control your life. The good Lord's the one who knows when it's time for you to go and when it's not time for you to go. But you just got to be yourself and live your own life. That's all you got to do. Just live your life and enjoy it. I've said that before in thousands of my videos. And just live who you are. And take it one day at a time. Because your life is one of those things that you make your own story, you know? And you have a following of people who are your friends who see your story. You know what I'm saying? Because they see it in your eyes every day when they look at you. They see what kind of a person you are. They see what kind of things you go through in life at. And every day that goes by is just another day. It's another day of reckoning. It's another day of realizing that you have a life and that you're wonderful. That you're in control of your own destiny. You're in control of your own situation. You're in control of what happens. And if you want people to believe in you, they'll follow you. They'll talk to you. They'll say what they want or what they like about you. And you keep on going every day with that in mind, that, hey, you're good. That you know what you want in life. And you know what you got to do to go out and get it. You got to be yourself. You got to work through all the trials and tribulations. You got to work through all the bullshit. That's what you got to do. Because the only person, there's two people in life that control your life and your outcome. And that's God and you. Yeah, God and you. You probably just don't sit there and think about it, but it's one of those things. I watched a movie recently called Driving in the Rain. It's a story about a guy who is a race car driver. And he works for Team Ferrari. He ends up getting a dog, names it Enzo. And the dog ends up living through life alongside his owner. And they say that a dog comes back as a human after it's passed. Very touching story. I think you should watch it. But it's a very heartwarming story. I cried a couple of times. But the thing is that I love dogs. I'm a dog person. I don't mind cats, but I love dogs more. And for some odd reason, dogs seem like they understand you. Like you can talk to dogs, like get down to their level and go, and say something like that, and the dog will look at you funny and bark and get in your face. I do it all the time to Tristan's dog, Basila. I talk to her like, she's like one of my best friends. Even though the dog probably doesn't know that I even exist or I even have a feeling or a pulse, but the dog knows that I'm there. The dog cares about me. The dog probably thinks, Tristan, you have some pretty crazy friends, but hey, I understand and I get them. They're pretty cool people. They're laid back. They're wonderful. They actually breathe and sleep and do the same kind of things I do, except for I curl up into a ball every once in a while and feel like I'm scared 90% of the time because I'm a dog. That's what a lot of people say, But that's what dogs do. They think that you're weird underneath all of this skin and all of this thing. And then you realize to yourself that you're just a person who was once a creature and now you're a human. Or, well, you were an egg and now you're a human. Yeah. And dogs look at you like, hey, you're a pretty cool person. I like to get to know you for the rest of my life. And that happens. So yeah. But, dude, man, there's a lot of vicious lightning back there in Rice and Sartell, man. That lightning was terrible. Thought we were going through a tornado at first. I was about ready to call Luke Combs and see if he was like, hey, we're going through Oklahoma. Whatever. Well, that was a quick light. It's alright. Jack's coming. That's why I couldn't go through it. No. We all know that I don't go through traffic lights because I don't get to go through them all the time, But like I said, this is just one of those things that people have to do in their lifestyle is they have to realize to themselves that, hey, am I in control of my life right now? The thing is that yes, you're in control of it, but the man upstairs has the final verdict. And if you want to believe him or not, that's your choice. A lot of other people in life look down on themselves and they think to themselves, hey, I got something to look forward to, but I'm not really sure quite off what it is. But I'll think about it, and then when I find out the answer, I'll tell you. But most of the time, people look at life like they don't have anything to look forward to. They think about it, they say, hey, I've been living my life and I've been enjoying it. I'm not ready to die yet. I'm not ready to keel over. I'm not ready to pass. I'm going to take one day at a time. one foot in front of the other. Just like I did when I first started. When I took my baby steps. Because that's usually what people do. We take baby steps. We move on. And then we start running. But I mean, everything that has ever happened to me, everything that I've ever done, everything that's ever gone down, it's just been a one foot in front of the other kind of day. That's all it's ever been. It's just one of those things that happens. It's just one of those things that nobody really knows the answers to. They'll figure it out when it happens. You know, there comes a time in a person's life when they need to realize to themselves, did they do something wrong? Or did they figure out that there is something that I missed? People always sit there and they say to themselves, hey man, they look in the mirror and they're like, hey man, did I miss something? Did my life or my heart just skip a beat? Or have I been missing something all my life? Because we all sit here and think about life slowly but surely every day. We think that life is sometimes we think life is a board game. That we play ever so often. But then we realize to ourselves that life is... You only get one life to live. You know that, right? Unless you get a second chance. But a lot of people don't get those. Those are given out ever so often. But everybody needs to just take life and take everything one day at a time. Don't take it too serious. Enjoy it while it lasts. And think about all the good things in life that you can do. With somebody or without. I think so anyway. I mean, hey, not everybody's lived their life to the fullest yet. They don't even know how to enjoy what they got. You know? But I'll tell you right now, life is something that happens ever so slowly. If you don't take it when it's there, you'll get it, but you'll understand it later. This has been a dry podcast, or a drive podcast. What this is. So this is basically just a, chilling with Jacksomus kind of thing, or a Jacksomus Live kind of thing. It's not part of the documentary because, well, it could be, because it's one of those things that you throw it into. It's got its own little possibilities that it could be part of. But this is just a drive podcast, just part one. And I'm going to finish part two on my way down to the airport. But I have to go to the office first here at Groom Transportation, which I'm doing right now. Pulling in here. If you ever need a ride down to the airport, or you need a ride to Alexandria or Brainerd area, don't hesitate to go online and save $5 by booking at groomtransportation.com and go from there. But I will continue part two on my way down to the airport. Thank you guys and have a good one.